They were not born as ruins. They were born as promises. Two vertical lines cut into the sky of Manhattan, designed to suggest order, clarity, rational power. Glass, steel, repetition. Nothing chaotic, nothing emotional. From the outside, the Twin Towers appeared almost unreal. They reflected the clouds, they dissolved into the light.
An airplane crashed into the building! Run away! Help!
Oh, we go now, wild! Come on, baby, come!
Everybody to the stairs, now!
Watch the glass!
Help me, please!
Keep going, don't stop!
This way, out the doors!
Negative. He's gone. Move past him.
Keep searching. Watch for falling glass.
But transparency, when it is absolute, is never innocent. What we call transparency is often a construction, a carefully calibrated illusion, a trompe-l'oeil raised to the scale of an empire. The Twin Towers were not only buildings, they were symbols trained to seduce the eye. They hid mass behind elegance. They hid weight behind symmetry. They hid vulnerability behind repetition. You could look at them for hours and never imagine what it would mean to be inside them when the illusion collapsed. This is where the hidden inferno begins. Not with fire, not with impact, but with design. Design decides what we are allowed to see and what we are trained not to see. From the street, the towers appeared calm. From the air, majestic. From television, iconic. But architecture, like power, always has two faces, the one that reassures and the one that consumes. The transparency of the Twin Towers worked like a veil that softened violence before violence even arrived. When the first images of impact were broadcast, the world saw spectacle. A plane, a fireball, a wound in the sky. But what happened inside was already being erased by the very structure that framed the event. The glass reflected the horror outward, transforming screams into heat, panic into geometry, death into abstraction. This is not accidental. Modern power understands aesthetics. It understands that what cannot be fully seen cannot be fully judged, and what cannot be judged can be endlessly narrated. The Twin Towers were perfect instruments for this. They functioned like a camera obscura. The chaos remained inside, while the image projected outside was clean, legible, repeatable. This is why so much of what happened that day was reduced to a loop. Impact, fire, collapse, again and again and again. Repetition is not memory. Repetition is anesthesia. While the image repeated itself, the interior reality dissolved. Thousands of individual deaths compressed into a single symbol. But symbols do not scream. Symbols do not suffocate. Symbols do not burn. The hidden inferno of September 11th was not immediately visible because it was architecturally censored. The towers filtered horror. They made it tolerable. They made it distant. They made it cinematic. And cinema, when detached from ethics, becomes a tool. This is where the second layer of the lie begins, because the illusion was not only visual, it was political, narrative, institutional. Very quickly the event was framed, named, assigned, an enemy was selected, a story was written, a response was prepared. But the most intelligent voices, engineers, architects, historians, independent investigators, noticed something unsettling. The buildings did not behave like buildings destroyed only from outside. The collapses spoke a different language, a language of symmetry, of speed, of internal failure. Questions emerged, not accusations, questions. Why did the towers fall as if they were designed to fall? Why did destruction follow geometry instead of chaos? Why did steel fail in ways never before documented? Because the transparency had done its job, the illusion was complete. What the world saw was enough to stop looking further. Behind the glass, behind the light, behind the clean vertical lines, another truth remained trapped. And here, a darker hypothesis begins to take shape, one that many prefer not to touch. What if the inferno was not only hidden by architecture, but also protected by power? What if certain decisions taken long before that morning created the conditions for maximum shock, maximum fear, maximum obedience? This does not require conspiracy fantasies. It requires only history. War economies need trauma. Markets need rupture. Power needs permission. And permission is never given more easily than when people are terrified. This does not mean that the planes were unreal, nor that the victims were symbols. On the contrary, the victims were real, painfully real, and precisely because they were real, their suffering was useful. This is the most disturbing aspect of the hidden inferno, the possibility that death was not only exploited after the fact, but anticipated as a function. The Twin Towers and their transparent elegance were the perfect stage. They concealed the inferno until the moment it could no longer be concealed. And when they fell, they took with them not only lives, but the illusion that what we saw was the whole truth. This series begins here, not with answers, but with a refusal to accept transparency as innocence. Because sometimes what appears invisible is simply what we were never meant to see.